Finding peace with my brother Bob. I never thought I'd be asking strangers for advice on the internet, but here I am. My name is Sarah. I'm 63, and I haven't seen my brother Bob in 12 years. Now, at 72, he wants to make amends. Will I regret not making an effort? Let me tell you my story. Bob and I have always had a complicated relationship. Growing up, he was emotionally and physically violent. The worst incident was 13 years ago when he pinned me against the wall and crushed my throat. I couldn't speak for 3 months. Bob lived with our mom until she died, and visiting her was always a nightmare. My other brother, Jim, would come over to protect me whenever I visited. Jim and I are close. We talk and see each other regularly, even though we live in different states. After that awful incident, I started counseling to deal with the trauma. My sessions helped me understand that Mom never chose between us. She saw Bob as needing more help because of his issues and alcoholism, but understanding didn't make the pain go away. Over time, I built coping mechanisms and leaned on Jim for support. A few weeks ago, Jim called with surprising news. Bob wants to write me a letter to apologize and make amends. I told Jim he could write the letter, but I wouldn't read it. I can't risk reopening old wounds. Jim thinks I should at least read it. After all, we're getting older and Bob's health isn't good. I spent days thinking about Jim's suggestion. On one hand, I fear the pain Bob could cause. On the other, I wonder if I'll regret not giving him a chance. Forgiveness is supposed to be freeing, but what if it brings back all the hurt? I decided to ask for advice online. The responses varied. Some people said I owed Bob nothing and should protect myself. Others suggested reading the letter to find peace, even if I don't reconcile with him. Their words swirled in my mind, adding to my confusion. Weighing the advice, I made a pros and cons list. On one side, reopening old wounds and risking more pain. On the other, the possibility of closure and peace. Jim's concerns about our age and health added another layer. Could I forgive Bob without letting him back into my life? Finally, I made a decision. I called Jim and told him I would read Bob's letter, but only on my terms. I would find a safe space, maybe with my therapist, to open it. I needed to be prepared for whatever emotions it might bring. As I read the letter, I felt a whirlwind of emotions: anger, sadness, and unexpectedly, a touch of sympathy. Bob admitted his faults, apologized sincerely, and expressed regret for his actions. He didn't ask for a relationship, just forgiveness. I realized I could forgive him for my own peace without letting him back into my life. My update. I wrote a short reply to Bob telling him I read his letter and hoped he found peace. It wasn't a reconciliation, but it was a step towards healing. Jim was relieved, and our bond grew stronger. I focused on my own healing and maintaining positive relationships with those who truly cared about me. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, but in the end, I chose the path that protected my heart and fostered my own peace.